ABS Media Demo.
Hello and welcome to ibbusinessandmanagement.com. I'm Mr. Burton, delighted to have you with me today. I am the site author of ibbusinessandmanagement.com and head of business at a leading independent IB World School. Today we're looking at the higher level topic. It's only higher level, so if you are a standard level student in the IB Business and Management course, no need to sit through this one. 5.6 Innovation. I hope you learned something today. Let's get going. We get innovation through R&D, research and development. Research and development is the scientific research and technical development of new products and processes. It's a little bit different to invention. Invention we would define in the IB Business Management course as being the formulation or discovery of new ideas for products or processes. So invention can come from research and development, but they're not necessarily the same thing. And innovation, I guess we should define this as well now. Innovation is the practical application of new inventions into marketable products. Product innovation, new marketable products such as the Apple iPad. We can get process innovation as well, new methods of manufacturing or service provision that offers important benefits. So the importance of research and development, R&D, is important because it enables a company to create and develop new products and improve their existing ones. Create and develop new products, presumably where there's a consumer demand for them, and improve their existing ones to make them more competitive out there in the marketplace. If successful, research and development will lead to better products, new products, and therefore increase revenue and market shares. And this is especially true if the new product forms the basis of a new blue ocean strategy. Blue ocean, it means the field is yours. There's nobody around you, nothing but blue water, nothing to compete with you, which would have been true in the early days of the Apple iPad. It's probably still true now. Their competitors are few and far between and not trusted at the moment by consumers. And given something we call the tyranny of choice, consumers just have so many choices within which to spend their money. Innovation can be, if the new product becomes first in mind, a very, very powerful differentiating factor. So if I asked you to name a smartphone, first in mind, I'd say for 95% of you, 100% of you non-Samsung owners, 95% of you would have said the Apple iPhone. Right. First in mind, very, very powerful differentiating factor. Right. Importance of research and development, product development, new products, improved products, better market share, more sales, increased revenues. Different types of innovation. We've got product innovation, process innovation, and cost-reducing innovations. And product innovation refers to the new creations or the radical development of existing products. And we're not talking about small incremental changes here. Examples include the introduction of new products, improved functionality, improved ease of use, and better reliability or performance. Product innovation is especially common in industries that devote a huge amount of money into R&D, such as pharmaceuticals, consumer electronics, telecommunications, and the movie industry. And the term also can apply to innovations in the service sector. For example, HSBC first opened its doors to business on Sundays in September 2006 in Hong Kong. Process innovation. This sort of innovation refers to changes in the way production takes place. Now, the aim of process innovation is to improve the method of production. So, for example, toothpaste was originally produced and sold in jars. Can you imagine it? In jars, until Colgate introduced toothpaste in tubes in 1908. Using online transactions, introducing credit to customers, or restructuring the hierarchy of a business are further examples of process innovations. And such changes to the traditional way in which things are done may well contribute to changing corporate culture as well. Corporate culture back in 2.6. And quite importantly, cost-reducing innovation. This sort of innovation refers to improved processes that reduce the cost of production for a business or an industry. It has two effects on businesses. Firstly, the ability to increase supply and the scope to enjoy higher profit margins. The microchip revolution, for example, helped to reduce the costs across all industries. The internet has also enabled many businesses to cut their operating costs. Now, consumers are also going to gain from innovation since they're able to access new goods and services. This is product innovation, better product functions, process innovation, and or lower prices, cost-reducing innovations. So, for example, the introduction of low-cost, no-frills airlines services such as AirAsia and Ryanair has led to lower prices being charged by airline carriers. Another example is the way in which the internet has revolutionized buying and selling, bringing about greater choice and convenience for consumers. Right, why are businesses engaging in innovation, research and development that leads to innovation? There are benefits and goals of innovation, and there are also limitations as well. 6 benefits and possible goals of innovation here. We've got growth opportunities. Innovation can be a source of business growth and evolution. Nintendo, the producer of console games, started off as a business that sell playing cards. Nokia, the world's largest manufacturer of mobile phones, not for much longer, started business in the pulp mill industry. Productivity gains are a very important one. Process innovation can help to increase productivity. This can give a business an advantage over its competitors. International competitiveness. Innovation can always give a business or country a competitive edge over its international rivals. Brand switching. Brand switching refers to the act of consumers turning away from rival products for the more appealing or innovative product. And this was touched on a little bit in 4.3. Games consoles and mobile phone manufacturers are constantly trying to get customers to switch to their products. Job creation. Product innovation create plenty of employment opportunities, which is why government often provides tax breaks for R&D. Social benefits. Innovation can also often improve the quality of life for many people in society. Developments in laser technology for correcting people's eyesight, for example, has meant that many people no longer need to rely on glasses or contact lenses. Now, there are significant limitations to innovation as well. High costs. Investment in innovation and research and development is highly expensive and requires sufficient labour and financial resources. So we're typically talking about specialised department, scientists, researchers, designers. There's a high cost to setting up an effective research and development department. And there's a high failure rate as well. You invest all this money and quite often it doesn't pay off. Most new ideas fail to materialise, often due to internal and external constraints. And even for the few ideas that might work, most will not be commercialised. Failure not only leads to a loss of investment funds, it can also demoralise the workforce. And there will be budgetary constraints in place. Innovation is often held back by funding problems. Innovative ideas may be generated and may be realistically achievable, but budget constraints can prevent the project from being undertaken. Right, we've got the importance of research and development here. There are benefits of research and development spending. We'll just run through them quickly now. First up, we have competitive advantage over competitors. Dyson, those weird and wonderful vacuum cleaners. Dyson has become one of the world's leading vacuum cleaner manufacturers in 20 years. In just 20 years as a result of its dual cyclone technology. Customer loyalty. Microsoft's continuous development and improvement program for its computer operating systems help to keep customers loyal to the brand even though competitors are becoming more and more numerous. Higher premium prices. Being first into the market with an innovative product can allow high prices to be charged. E.g. the tiny but expensive smart car was marketed not as a low-cost form of transport but an eco-friendly vehicle worth paying that little bit extra for. Publicity. Apple receives free worldwide publicity for each new innovative product it launches. Lower costs. Pilkington, the glassmaker, revolutionised float glass making and slashed the cost of making glass to give it a substantial cost advantage. Now, whenever IB Business and Management talks about advantages, it must be weighed up against the limitations as well. So, the limitations of R&D. Research and development does not always lead to innovation. Billions of dollars have been spent by pharmaceutical companies to develop a cure for the common cold. So far, this money has been wasted. There is no cure for the common cold. R&D is expensive and has an opportunity cost. Would the money spent on R&D be more wisely invested in marketing existing products more intensively? Inventions do not always lead to successful innovative products. Examples of product failures after extensive R&D spending include the Sinclair C5 battery-powered vehicle, smokeless cigarettes, new Coca-Cola, and disposable paper clothing. Competing R&D spending may result in even more successful products. Toshiba lost millions of dollars that it had invested in HD DVD technology when it was knocked out of the market by Sony's Blu-ray system. And there could be ethical issues as well. And these can sometimes outweigh the potential commercial benefits. Consumers still reject genetically modified food crops, and there's no certainty that big GM R&D spenders such as Monsanto will receive a return on their investments. Are different factors affecting innovation? Several factors may influence the level of R&D and innovation by a business. And probably the most important thing for you to consider is the nature of the industry. Rapidly changing technologies and consumer expectations in pharmaceutical products, defense, computer and software products, motor vehicles, etc., 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 lead to the need for substantial investment in R&D by leading firms. Other businesses such as hotels and hairdressing would need to spend much less as the scope for innovation is more limited. The R&D and innovation spending plans of competitors is an important one to consider as well. In most markets, it's essential to innovate as much as or as more than competitors, if market share and technical leadership are to be maintained. However, a monopoly may limit R&D spending if it believes that the risk of a more technically advanced competitor entering the market is limited. On the other hand, profits from a monopoly may be used to finance research into innovative products if the risk of competitor entry into the industry is high. Business expectations. If business managers are optimistic about the future state of the company and the rate of economic growth and consumer demand, then they're more likely to agree to substantial budgets for R&D and aim to introduce more innovative products. The risk profile or culture of a business is an important factor to consider. The attitude of the management to risk and whether shareholders are prepared to invest for the long term will have a significant effect on the sums that businesses can inject into their R&D programs. Short-termism is an accusation made towards many major UK financial institutions and the need to satisfy these investors could discourage managers from investing in R&D. Government policy towards grants to businesses and universities for R&D programs and the range and scope of tax allowances for such expenditure will influence many decisions by businesses. Finance is needed for effective R&D. In many firms this may be limited and will restrict the number of new innovations that could be made. Right, a nice little introduction there to intellectual property rights. Going over two of the main forms of intellectual property rights, being patents and trademarks. Now, intellectual property refers to creations of the mind such as inventions, literary and artistic works, and symbols, names, images, and designs used in business. And intellectual property rights, legal property rights over the possession and use of intellectual property. As a type of property, intellectual property is intangible, a creation of the mind with no physical existence. Think of the Nike swoosh. With a tangible object such as a computer, property rights cease when the object is destroyed. With intellectual property, since there is nothing physical, property rights only exist as long as the law says that they do. But this does not mean that property rights, the rights to possess, use, license, sell, and financially benefit from property, are not worth anything. Far from it, as they can set a business apart from its competitors and encourage increased sales as a result of the distinctiveness, be sold or licensed to provide an important revenue stream, form a key part of branding process and assist in the marketing of a firm's products, be given a financial value on a business balance sheet which increases its net assets. Now, there may be problems protecting intellectual property. Copying without permission of the copyright holder has always been a problem, but the ability to download digital versions of music, film and other material, which has led to illegal downloading, has made the task of projecting revenue earned by the intellectual property even more difficult. In addition, brand names and trademarks can be damaged by bad publicity, and this can write off a great deal of value from the balance sheet or the value of the business. We need to know for the IB Business and Management course 3 types of intellectual property rights. These are patents, copyrights and trademarks. Now, patents are the legal right to be the sole producer and seller of an invention for a certain period of time. Now, a patent protects inventions or discoveries and provides the grant of a property right to the inventor. A patent may be obtained for any new and useful process, machine, manufacture or composition of matter, or any new and useful improvement thereof. This generally includes practically everything that's man-made and the processes for making them. The legal rights granted to the patent owner include the right to exclude others from making, using, offering for sale, or selling the invention. Copyright. Copyright's a legal act to protect and be the sole beneficiary from artistic and literary works. It's a form of protection provided for original works of authorship in literary, dramatic, musical and artistic works. Copyrights encourage creativity by giving exclusive property rights to works of authorship, enabling the creator to reap financial rewards from their works by controlling access to the works in the marketplace. Copyright law provides the owner with the exclusive right to reproduce the work, to prepare derivative works, to distribute copies, to perform or display the work publicly. And trademarks. A trademark is a distinctive name, symbol, motto or design that identifies a business or its products, can be legally registered and cannot be copied. So a trademark is a word, name, symbol or device that's used to trade with goods to indicate the source of the goods and to distinguish them from the goods of others. A service mark is the same as a trademark, except that it identifies and distinguishes the source of a service rather than a product. Trademarks protect the public's interest in being able to accurately ascertain the source of goods or services in the marketplace and can protect a business's goodwill and their reputation, image and expectation of repeat customers. Trademark law provides the owner of a federally registered mark with protection against the use of similar marks if any consumer confusion would result. And you have probably been provided with just a little bit too much information there. What you need is basically definitions clear for patents, copyrights and trademarks, how each protects the owner of that particular piece of intellectual property, and why it is important to protect the business's intellectual property in each manner. Right, that's innovation done and dusted. I'm Mr. Burnham. A pleasure to have you with me again today. A short, sweet little topic, that one. We'll be back next time looking at production planning. Production planning, perhaps a little bit more comprehensive, but interesting nonetheless. Hope to see you there. I'm Mr. Burton. We'll see you next time.